Alright, today is August the 14th, 2015. We're looking at the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. And this low pressure system that's been sitting off of Mexico for the last 9 or 10 days has been drawing in moisture and gaining some strength. It's actually spinning a little more vigorously, and there's been a new disturbance identified by the National Hurricane Center right due south of Baja. Let's go ahead and look at that. The National Hurricane Center right here, and it is identified as having a 90% chance of hurricane formation in 2 days. And that's indicated right just about due south of Baja, the tip of Baja California there. Now let's go back and look at the map here. This is the East Pacific water vapor loop, and so they're indicating that there's a disturbance right here. This is where all the thunderstorms are, but yet this is where all the circulation is. This counterclockwise spinning low pressure has been here for many days, and there's been a HARP transmitter focused on this for many days as well. And it's just been sitting there spinning. They've just been keeping it at idle. They're not allowing it to go anywhere. But now that all of this thunderstorm activity is starting to brew, gain strength here, I'm just not sure what's going to happen next. They may allow this to flow into here and create a hurricane, or this itself may become a spinning low. I don't know. When Dolores was down here a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we saw them destroy the large spinning low and then allow the thunderstorms to regenerate into a hurricane. But this situation is a little different because now they're forecasting within 2 days we'll have a hurricane right south of Baja. Now, that may happen. I've never seen two spinning lows crank up next to each other like this, but that could happen, I suppose. We'll have to see. I don't see any rotation here. What I do see is a lot of flow moving right into this system here, but on the National Hurricane Center website, they're indicating that this is the storm. So we're going to keep an eye on that for sure. And here it is in the color infrared loop. There's a lot of intense thunderstorms here. These are very large, and there is actually a core starting to firm up right here. But there's no rotation that I can see. All the rotation's right over here. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that and do an update. Now, here's the southwest water vapor loop. The reason I wanted to show this is because there's a pretty good piece of evidence here, and it's flying off to the east, right in the face of the counterclockwise, or rather the clockwise spinning pattern. So the pattern is moving to the west, and here we have a piece of a storm cloud that's flying off at high velocity against all the currents and all the other weather patterns, and it's leaving a trail of water vapor as well. So this is a remnants of a blast that probably occurred right out over this area right here. This is Guadalupe Island right here, or Shark Island. I don't know if anybody saw on the news recently, there's a great white that was just recently identified. They call it deep blue. It's a solid 20-foot great white shark, a female, and they were videotaping that shark right off of this island. Just a little bit of extra information. And also there's been some news on the internet, I think it's by the HARP report, that there's some phased array transmitter panels, which I've looked at myself on Google Earth right here on this island. If you zoom in tight on this island, you'll see flat panel arrays that are scattered around different places. Now, I don't know if they're still showing that on the Google Earth, but when I looked at it last, they were there. Anyway, okay, so back to these thunderstorms. These are being blown apart. This one here, and this whole area. In fact, this one in a couple of hours will be blown apart as well. I think that this is a very large blast. Okay, let's go look at this in the. This is the rainbow loop. This looks like it may have been the center of the blast right here, or maybe over here. It's hard to tell, but definitely something going on there that wasn't Mother Nature. Okay, and here's the visible light mode, and we can actually see it looks like a HAARP attack right here on this storm, this thunderstorm right here, where the tip of the pen is. There's a transmitter hitting right there, and then we see a shock wave, a very faint shock wave coming out of both sides of this storm, and we'll get to see that in a couple hours. It'll look a little more. We'll have a lot more detail to look at in a couple of hours, so keep an eye on that too. All right, and here is the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop. Here's that spinning low. It's an upper level low pressure. It shows up on the 300 millibar chart, and looks like they're letting it suck a lot of moisture in there. Here's another storm that just popped up a day ago. This is a 984 millibar storm. It's identified as a storm, and the flow, as we can see, is coming down here and hitting this stationary high pressure. This is a HAARP transmitter throttling back this low pressure right here, and we can see the flow mushrooming into that right there. It's like an electronic wall, and it's turning to the east, and the other part is turning out to the west. Okay, and so we have a low here, we've got a low there, a low here. The one that was sitting off California is up here. This clockwise moving high pushed that all out of the way, and plus we have this high pressure here, and that created a nice channel for it to, high pressure is actually just bulldozing it away. So this is interesting to watch. They can set up a channel and allow a path, and then we'll just push everything out of the way. We see that all the time too. See, this is just another technique that can be used to modify weather. Alright, so that's pretty much it. The humidity today in Los Angeles, Southern California, we had chemtrails again today. The humidity was down to 19.7%. And the barometric pressure was steady, didn't change. It's 30.04. Yesterday it was 30.04 inches, and so that's maintaining right around the same pressure. We'll keep an eye on everything, and we'll do another one of these tomorrow. There's a lot of rain in this system here. We're going to have to keep an eye on this. This large thunderstorm looks like it's being drawn right into that vortex right here. I figure by tomorrow we'll see that'll be drawn right into this low right here, this vortex. I don't know why they're identifying a disturbance here instead of right here. Maybe it's because of the thunderstorm activity is more pronounced over here. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on all this, and do another one tomorrow. Okay, that's it.